I was planning to ask this question anyway, but Blake Topmeyer of the News Sentinel beat me to it. Longtime viewers of this show know I've said for years, football, basketball, wherever, I think most coaches should leave after 5 or 6 years because that's when people start to – the losses have piled up. Now you've got losses to compare it to. Even if there's just 10, that's 10 losses. This one looked like that loss. We just lost this week, and it looked like this one from 2023. It's the same mistake over and over again. So the posse starts to form, and that's I've always said, stay ahead of the posse. Ironically, Blake Topmeyer of the Sentinel used the exact same words, and I'm not claiming he's copying me. I'm thinking this is two people coming from the same mindset. But here's what he wrote this week for the Sentinel. Josh Heupel, set your phone to ring. Turn up the volume. If someone calls from a Pennsylvania area code, answer because the natives are getting restless in Tennessee, in case you haven't noticed. Here's Heupel's chance to stay one step ahead of the Tennessee posse. Penn State needs offense. Penn State needs quarterback development. Penn State needs a coach who might occasionally beat a chief rival. That's Heupel's theme music. For a time, Heupel's theme music sounded like the second sweetest tune in all of East Tennessee. Can't top Rocky Top, of course. Now the tune is off key. Bob Hodge, in your opinion, should Josh Heupel be, and there were rumors about him, there were LSU fans who were linking him to their job, should he seriously consider telling his agent, get me a phone call somewhere?
You know, I like Josh Heupel. I don't think Josh Heupel should be anywhere near the hot seat, even though, like some of us, I think he's getting closer with some fans. But yes, and the reason is I am right. Why am I right? Look at history. Coaches overstay their welcome, even the good ones, even the great ones. Now, you have the people that go out on top. Nick Saban pretty much went out on top. Remains to be. Look at Dabo Swinney. 6, 7 years ago, he was mentioned 1, 2 in any coaching conversation. Now the people in Clemson want him out. He could have had any job he wanted in America. Now are people going to look at Dabo Swinney and say, oh yeah, he's the guy that can come down here in Miami and fix our problems. He's the guy that can go to Penn State and fix their problems. Or is it, well, his best is 10 years behind him. So yes, I hope he doesn't. I hope it doesn't come this year, but there is a point where almost every coach needs to do this. And it's just
reset.
Look back through football history. There it is.
No, not remotely. The reason why is you have the youngest team in the Southeastern Conference right now. You're in the blue chip ratio for the first time.
But that's not going to matter in a transfer portal era. You don't know who's going to be back and who's going to leave.
You don't, but if you can hold on to the majority of them, I feel like you're doing well. You have a young team that you could continue to build with. Also, I don't think Penn State's calling. I don't think LSU's calling right now because everyone's insane and 10-2 is not good enough for them. So, especially if Penn State has a problem with 10-2, I don't know that Josh Heupel's the call that they're going to make. So
your idea is a flop.
If clearly those aren't their standards, that's kind of who he is, and I would take that. But he has a great relationship with Danny White. He has a litany of young quarterbacks that are coming up, virtually a basketball team of young quarterbacks committed or already at the university. No, ride this thing out. You can win a championship.
I'll go the other way. Well, that's not the answer I expected. I'll go the other way because there's a chance he could finish 8-4, 7-5, in which case you guys are going to say he underachieved this year. That's going to be the mantra all offseason. He goes into next year. He's got Texas, LSU, Alabama coming in here. He's early in the season. He's at Georgia Tech. He'll be with a brand-new quarterback next year one way or the other. We've seen him do better with transfer quarterbacks than we have with the young guys. Yeah. I don't know if there's ever a better team. I don't want him to leave. I hope he stays.
No, and I want to be clear about that, too.
I think he's a good coach.
No.
Well, people are going to hear what they want to hear. But, no, I don't think he should leave. I don't want him to leave. But I absolutely think smart coach is listening right now. I think Topmeyer's right.
I know the reason why we're bringing up this topic, and I think it's a fair topic. But if you're Josh Heupel right now, you have to look at all the things that you have available to you. Administration and who's had your back. Your guy who's your closest friend, Danny White, I should say your closest colleague, who's been with you from your time in Orlando here in Knoxville. The recruiting, what you've been able to do here in the SEC, the toughest conference, whether you like it or not, and this grindhouse that it becomes every single week in the fall. For Josh Heupel, you've been so close to be able to get over the hump. It's one thing to be able to go somewhere where eventually you're going to turn into just leftovers that are going to be reheated. We're here, you're so close, and it's so obtainable to do something and have a statue outside of that stadium if you finish the job. You're so close. Don't sit there and let off steam if you all allow it now that you're so close. But I understand the reason for the question, but no.
Danny White is his best friend right up until there were 60,000 people there for the next time Kent State comes to town. That's
Well,
the
I mean,
drive.
if
I don't
Look
think
at
we'll
this
ever
way.
see a situation like that.
If God
think
forbid
Kent
you
State will
lose,
ever come
if
back?
God forbid you lose out and go 7-5 this year, and then you lose 3 games by the second week in October, and then here comes Bama.
Right.
Like that's the other
Then
side.
you're
of it.
going
I
to be
will
saying
say-
he should go.
No, I don't think anyone worth it's going to hire him right now. And I also look at it as
And I would ask who Penn State
They're-
thinks they're
they're-
going to get there better than Josh Heupel.
No one,
Good
but
luck.
they think they're going to get
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
somebody
Who?
else. Yeah.
Okay.